Hi, this is our parent information session portfolio and presentation. We did ours on technology and ways for parents to interact and communicate through apps in the classroom. So the first one we're going to talk about is Seesaw, the Learning Journal. This is an app you can get for your phone or your iPad or any other Android device, and you can simply just download it and it's ready for you, and you can use it on multiple platforms. Okay, this is just a little breakdown for some of the students throughout the world have put this into a poem, and it stands for Students Excited and Engaged, Sharing All Over the World. And Seesaw's biggest approach is by interacting students not only in their own classroom with the teachers and parents, but also by interacting throughout the world using the blog that I will explain to you in a little bit. So, some positives that Seesaw has is it captures student learning in any form. So you can use digital portfolios, you can empower students to be independently document and their learning at school, and students can show what they know using photos, videos, drawings, text, PDFs, and links. You can also import directly from most popular apps. So you can see on here what a student does is they log on and they can upload a photo, which they can take a photo right then and there, and you just press on the photo button. They can upload a video, or they can take a video themselves. They can do a drawing. It kind of looks like the art pad on the computer, and they can draw whatever they need to. Also, they can take a picture of something and draw on it, so if you want them to identify something, they can circle it. They can draw an arrow towards it. They can let you know that they're pointing. Also, they can do notes, so they can type in a quick little information piece for you, and they can upload that. And also, which is not labeled on here right now, they can also do links. So if a student is wondering whether their research is credible and they need to check it with you or to remember a website, they can just put it in through the that tab. So collecting student work from any device. When your students add to their Seesaw journal, content is uploaded, organized by student, immediately accessible to teachers from any device. So as a teacher and as a parent, once you see that your student uploads something, it automatically and immediately becomes accessible to you. Seesaw makes it easy for students and teachers to receive progress over time and demonstrate growth, because what you can do is each teacher can, when a student uploads their work, it has to go through a process of the teacher has to accept it. So no student's work is going to be published until it is accepted by a teacher. That also works well with, in case a student puts something like a subject matter up there that you don't feel comfortable with, that you don't want them to see, or if it can be negative towards another student. And a teacher then can make a comment on it and like it. So if there's information that is not there, you can quickly put in a little note for them, or if you want them to develop their thoughts more, they can add to it. And Seesaw portfolios are very organized and accessible, not only to teachers but parents and the students within the classroom. Seesaw portfolios are also a great asset at parent-teacher conferences, which what we're doing right now, or even student-led conferences. So students can look at these and have their own conference. And this is how you do it. So what happens is all the students are going to download the app and the parents are going to download app. And then there is a QR code, or there's a login text if you cannot get the QR code, and you simply just scan it and you're automatically in, because each teacher uploads a list of students, and then the student just clicks on their name and they're ready to go. So I just explained that, but with support for QR code sign-in your younger learners and email Google account sign-in for older students, Seesaw works in any K-12 classroom. So students who have Google accounts such as email can log in through that so that they stay logged in for the rest of their time needed to be. So not only does this help you connect with students, it also develops 21st century skills. It encourages deeper learning and reflection. It gives students an authentic audience, and by doing so is because they have access to the other students within the classroom, and they can give feedback to one another, as well as there is a blog portion of that where they can get information and they can get feedback from other classrooms within the world. And student blogging has never been easier, so what's very popular nowadays is blogging, and from anything from makeup tutorials to how to look at a history piece, a student can start their own blog and feel like they're taking the initiative in their education. And Seesaw helps capture the learning process, not just the end result. So you can see through a timeline of chronology how a student is developing, not just the project when they hand it in of the end result. Students can also use Seesaw's built-in audio recording, drawing, and caption tools to reflect on what they've learned to explain how they got their answer. Students can use the note section to write down quick ideas and link section to check or share information they have researched. Teachers control who can view what student content and customize when feedback options are available in the class. And recordable whiteboard allows students to create a video that combines drawing and audio recording to explain their thinking as they work. This is also an opportunity to collaborate with other classrooms around the world, which I've said, and to develop digital citizenship skills in a safe, teacher-motivated, and moderated environment. It also can be used for assessments. I know in my classroom I really like to use this for assessments, whether it's quick formative ones such as write down for an exit ticket, write down 2 things you learned from the lesson today, or what do you think the major goal of this lesson was. I also use them for homeworks, which I'll show you briefly in a moment. I like to have my students do a recap of what they've just learned, so I'll make them record a 1-minute video of themselves talking. You can also add notes or posts only visible to teachers. So, for instance, if a student is unsure, if I ask them to record themselves speaking for 1 minute and they think that some of the information that they put in there is not accurate, they can send me a quick note that nobody will see, and I can get back to them before they publish it. So, parents, this is going to strengthen the connections between school and home. It's going to allow you to see what your child is doing in the classroom and how they're growing as a student. Show you how this works. So what you do is you download the app, which I have down here, and I purposely made sure that I have a ton of notifications to show you. A ton of notifications to show you. So you just go to the app, here, and it comes up with notifications as a teacher. It's a little glary. But once it all uploads, which it'll take a second. Any second now. So let me just show you while this is uploading, because I think I'll be able to show you a post. So what you do is you want to put a post, and as a teacher, you can take a photo, a video, a drawing, a camera roll, a note, and a link, just like the students can. And so if you want to post a photo, you can go here, and then you just take a photo there, and then you can draw on it. So if you want to draw something, so if you wanted to circle that, you can also record yourself talking over it. And it'll do, so 3, 2, 1, and you'll say, look at this water bottle, I want you to check it out, hit pause, and then you can upload it by just touching that green thing right there. And I don't really want to upload this because this is an actual live class that I have, and they'll all think I'm going crazy. So I'm going to hit that I want to cancel that, and I'm going to cancel that as well. Delete that, go back, and then I can show you some of the products that my students have. Technology difficulties. Okay, so now we got it. So I asked my students the other day, we were talking about in Holocaust and Genocide class, we were talking about the major goal, and we needed to talk about 2 types of prejudice. And what I did was I told my students to write down 2 types of prejudice from that, and then they would just write down. And then what I can do is then I can like it, and I can write a comment like, good job, and I post it. Or if there's something missing from that, I'll ask them a question and they'll need to respond. I then also, for another class that I have, I used videos. So I had my students record themselves talking yesterday for 1 minute, and you can just see this is one of them.
The Renaissance, a rebirth. Historians believe that Renaissance was a rebirth. Rebirth is correct in this era. Europe underwent a lot of changes, and changes that included war and plague, especially the Black Plague, because it killed 1/3 of its population in Europe.
And that way I can tell that I didn't just waste my time in each lesson, and my students were paying attention as well.
Dojo is another way to create a community in our classroom through the use of technology. Class Dojo connects teachers, parents, and students through an app, and it's used by teachers in 2 out of every 3 schools. Class Dojo is the most popular communication app in the U.S., and this app also helps teachers celebrate student moments in the classroom and share those at home too. So let's take a look at a Class Dojo at work. So this could look like our classroom too. This video highlighted 4 main ideas that Class Dojo encourages: promoting positivity, bringing in support from home, giving students ownership, and bringing a classroom together to create a community. So here is how our classroom can accomplish all of these ideas too. So the benefits to using Class Dojo in our classroom, I just said all this. So let's move on. So back to it. They could promote positivity within our classroom. So using Class Dojo can promote positivity, but specifically in ours. So the teachers will encourage students to aim for any or all the skills or values that Class Dojo has on their app. I'll specifically choose what I want the class values to be, and they will become our goals for our young learners. Things such as helping others, participating, and working hard are all examples of positive class values. Each class value will be worth dojo points, and students will work towards gaining as many dojo points as possible. However, students can also lose points by encountering a negative behavior. Things such as being unprepared or off task or interrupting would result in negative points. This will also encourage the students to participate in the positive class values and create a great classroom environment. Class Dojo also brings support from home. Class Dojo isn't only for classroom use. This app also allows parents at home to take a look at their students' school life. This program is actually an app that can be accessed through a website, or it can be downloaded from any app store onto any smartphone. Class Dojo is totally free and super easy to use. Class Dojo is also an effective way of communication. Parents can be kept up to date on their students' progress and behaviors in the classroom. If a student is recognized for a positive or a